Big Boss Jock signing on. Part 2 of the multi-series. You're on the mighty 750. Multi-series of the one we were analyzing. Before I mention that, I'd like to mention who's here in the control booth helping me with the show. Right here inside of me, our one and only God, our Allah, our Father in heaven, God. He helps me with the rhyme. And it's, I think, quite a rhyme. That's 2 rhymes. I need a beat. Well, I have the beat. If I rhyme twice, what's that? That means, I need to analyze. Yeah. Let's see what we see. Welcome to Big Boss Jock Airlines. I forgot to mention, we're on the flight. Oh, yeah. It took off at 6 o'clock. I was an hour late. Yeah. Anyone who's listening, every 3 days, I go on a vacation. You're welcome to go on the flight. It's in the... Excuse me, I was getting... refresco at the reefer bar. I put it on autopilot. The aeronave. Realism? Remember, we're trilingual. You got your dictionaires and your dictionarios. It's a new show, and if you want to get the Cody Co and know where to go, I suggest you go find a dictionario, maybe the dictionary. You never know, might find one that's trilingual. It's going to be quite a show. Over here it's about reality. Exposing the illusion, how it was made, the ideas that became from what was programmed to the masses. Look what's came out of their MKULTRA program 75 years later. It's evil. I think I traveled the right circle with all that. We don't want to program people backwards. I'm a programmer. The mind, you people are interested in that device that's in your hand. I don't have one of those. No, our minds are much more than a computer. When one unites with our Allah, our one and only God. Oh yeah. There's no need for a computer, nor a cell phone. Minds are going to open up. The Mayans predicted about it. Their calendar was correct. Yankee Sam's was off. They said it was going to be right now. No, I don't know. Or maybe they were off a couple years. They said it was going to happen. Then people's minds would open up. The reason why is because when the people learn how to dive inside of the subconscious mind, the freedom they will find inside. Because the doors which have been locked and they never were aware, keeping them from reaching very far, all their life, not knowing why they feel empty inside. That's many women. Fornication date. We're going to talk about it. And the rape culture. Menstruations. Women have them. And they're half the population. They don't all their lives. They're not born having them and they don't die having them. Not customarily. Meaning, I know that in everything I talk with generalities, there's always an exception. I would never want to hurt anyone. And I'm speaking about women in this sense, but I'm speaking about groups. It needs to be mentioned. I know there's always the exception. And I do generalize. And the reason I'm explaining this is Yankee Sam has programmed the people, inhibiting them to speak freely their mind by saying each time that they generalize, if they speak about a group, and then the person feels as if they offended because they spoke about the group as a whole. No, they're generalizing. That's not true, and always it's the exception. That's what I hear over and over again from the Yankee imperialists. They're the exception, the one I was talking to. And then when I say, oh, okay, I understand, well, you excluded. Well, then I need to realize that they're family members, and then also their neighbors. They feel the same as them. And it's not true. Okay, well, maybe in your community. I'll tell you what, it was nice talking with you, and I'll be moving on. I lived in Latin America, and it was a pleasure. I got here after 4 years of not being here, and or at least not consciously here. And they got me grandma married and brought me on the plane. I had no idea. Various planes. I had no idea. 4 years. When I returned here, the women, I noticed right off the expressions on their faces. They're uptight. They have issues. And they don't act nicely. They're polite, but in their movements. And I'm not saying all Latinas, but there's a big difference in the societies and in the eyes. And then, of course, Latinas, there's a big difference in Latinas. Hi, Latinas. I'm talking about, well, I lived in the barrio. I lived in the Amazon basin. That's a different demographics. Yeah. Hi, Senoras. I know them. Saying I hear my voice. I love them. And they're my friends. Yeah, I know them. And I know their daughters, senoritas. And I have my accent. My dejo, yo sé. And I met there. When I met Alinka, then I'll introduce you to my wife, and you'll, from before. We haven't been together in 16 years, and I don't like that tone, so bring it out. Because they'll understand, and I psychoanalyze, I can hear myself. So, I know that she helps me. We remote viewed all of this. We're on the timeline. January 11th, 2001, in the morning, at 9:48 approximately, I do believe, the flight's been delayed. Already an hour and a half, and she called back, and now we're supposed to go. It's on the tarmac, and we have, I believe, 45 minutes or an hour, because I can't make it too short of a time. They're allowing the passengers to be able to get there, the ones that said they would call in every half hour, I think it is, or an hour. No, for the latest update, because it has to do with the weather. I don't want to be off, and it's all factual. I try to keep the story as close as what happened, and she said the minute hand might be different. All right, thanks. Yeah, she's right there, and every word I say, she listens to what I say, because we're together. We saw all of this, and all I can remember, I'm aware, me, that's in 2001. Nikki and I, Tangiers, Morocco, walking in the street. Walking, and I see the graffiti. I know this. And what language is it? That's Francais. And I've seen this. You have, Father? I won't take on her voice, but that's her. And she's nice. She's my daughter. And we have a lot of fun. Yeah, and we're on the run. We're running from Yankee Sam. And I'm wanted. And she doesn't want to be caught. Meet the gordos. That means the people with size, not exactly obese, because where she comes from, and I almost said we, the people aren't that size. The ones who are, they have the money to be. And some aren't. Yeah, that's true. It depends, because there are many. I mean, they have their shapes. Shapes, different places. Some people, Yankee territory, they're known. There's abundance of everything, excess, and it's a throwaway society. Well, now I spoke about Nikki, and where are we? I don't know, but I'm out here floating around. I need to get back. See, what I want to do is have a ticker. And if I had a ticker and I brought around the topic, what I'd do is I'd see the ticker, and I'd grab the topics, and I'd be able to come back around even faster. And what I need to do when I do this is I keep in mind what I'm talking about, and I'll come back around and I'll grab it. So seeing that we're talking about women and senors and senoritas, we're going to compare. Yeah, I'm going to compare. Imagine that. They're both women, and that's a Yankee woman. And that comes in every hue, because they changed. They've been programmed. And it's about their bodies, their self-image. Big Boss Jock, signing off. Signing back on momentarily. That was part 2. I shouldn't say, no, that doesn't sound so good. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, what's this?
Get back with the show. My 750 kilohertz. That's me getting back with the show. Little cotton mouth. I'm gonna have a Ray face go. I'll be back in a moment. Yeah. Signing off.